work. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and hopefully to make a whole bunch of progress in our side splits. If you've never joined in before, that's absolutely a-okay. I'm going to explain a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to do a bunch of exercises live together, and hopefully you'll feel really good afterwards. Cool? All right. Good morning, everybody. We're starting with some warm-up exercises, and the thing we're going to do is called hip cars. Hip cars are all about moving your leg through their full range of motion here at the hip using your own muscles, and is really hard. So that's why it's our warm-up. We're going to start by lifting this knee directly in front of us as high as we can. We're going to open up this hip directly to the side as wide as we can while keeping the hips in the same place. We're going to rotate this leg so that the ankle and the knee are at the same level. And I want you to try really hard to bring that ankle up. The knee's going to come down a little bit, and that's okay. Bring that ankle up, 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 up. From here, I want you to bring that leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull this leg down and back. Feel the stretch here in the front of the hip flexor. And that is one rep. We're going to do 10 of these on the left side, 10 of these on the right side. Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's one. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's two. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. If you're struggling a little bit with balance, find something to hold on to. Maybe a wall, maybe a chair. Focus on the exercise so you don't have to worry so much about the balance. All right? High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. I think there's 5. And remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. 7. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. 9. Open. Ankle up, down and back. And that is 10. Oh, we have done hip cars for one hip. We got the other hip to do. Let's get ready to go. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up, down and back. That's 2. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 3. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 4. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 5. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 6. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 7. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. 8. Open. Ankle up, down and back. 9. Open. Ankle up, down and back. Last one. And 10. Those are the hip cars. Hopefully your hips are feeling a little bit warmer. You're moving a little bit smoother than when we first started. Now we're going to go in reverse. So instead of ending with the leg back, we're going to start with the leg back. All right? If you're just jumping in for the first time and you're like, whoa, some new complexity, don't worry. I'm going to explain it as we go. And hopefully you'll be able to follow along fast enough that nothing will be super challenging. Ready? Let's go. We're going to start by bringing the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull that leg behind you. Try to make sure all the movement is coming from your hips and not your low back. All right? From here, we're going to lift the leg up directly to the side. Then we're going to rotate and bring that ankle up as high as you can go. Then bring the ankle all the way down. So the knee is pointed straight up. I know I'm wearing a lot of dark colors, so it's probably a little bit hard to see. So I'm going to rotate a little bit this way. Knee is as high as you can. Then bring it to the front. Again, I'm wearing dark colors, so I'm probably blending in. From here, that is 1 rep. We're going to do 10 of these on the left side. Let's go back. Side. Ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, that's 3, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 4, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 5, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, 6. I'm really struggling with counting today. I feel like I've just made up a whole bunch of numbers. I don't know if it's because I'm focused on trying to balance and I can't remember what I've counted to. I think it's 7, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, 8. Or if I'm just a little distracted, 9, last one, 10. Oh, that is 10 hip cars. If you're just joining in, you don't know what we're doing. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility because we're working on better movement. We do this every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern. It is currently not 9 p.m. Eastern because on the weekends, on Saturday and Sunday, we do a bonus live at 9 a.m. and that is what you're at right now. We focus on hip mobility, better movement, and side splits, and you're at the very, very beginning, so feel free to hop on in. I explain most of the things as we go, so you haven't missed out on too much just yet. We're only on warm-up exercise number 1. If you like the idea, if you like the principle of stretching and practicing consistency every single day, hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back. And if you're free, come do some stretches. All right, back to our hip cars. We got one last set of hip cars, one final leg to do. Let's go. High knee. Oh, nope. I take it back. We're doing it in reverse. I almost forgot. Bring the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Pull this leg behind you. Feel the stretch here in the front of your hip. Try not to bend like this. You're not getting this exercise to come out of your back. You're getting it from the hip. All right. From here, we're lifting the leg up to the side. Try and get as high as you can. Rotate the ankle up. Bring it as high as you can. Bring the ankle down. Bring the knee up. And finish by bringing that knee forward. That is one rep. We're going to do 10 of these on this side. And then we're done with hip cars. We can go chill and do something else. Let's go. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. 1. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. 2. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. 3. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. 4. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. 5. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. 6. Ooh, my hips are cracking all sorts of crazy sounds. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. 7. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. 8. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. 9. Last one. Back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. 10. Oh, that is our hip cars. If you are really tired, possibly from trying to figure out how to balance the whole time and having your calves, your ankles getting real tired, or the opposite, the moving leg is making your hips fire so hard that you're struggling to stand right now, that's okay. I'm going to take a look at the comments real quick while we catch our breath. And question. Can you ask if I can do the stretch in motion or stop at position? You can do whatever you want. I like to call out these stopping points because it is helpful to have something to aim for. And so if you're just beginning and you're trying to figure out what is your highest knee position and trying to get really high up into the air, think about it as a target to hit is a great place to start. At the end of the day, your hip socket is going to be kind of round, all right? And your hip bone and your thigh bone, where they rub together, is going to be round-ish, kind of, and a little bit lumpy. So when you're trying to get maximum range of motion and you're trying to move really well, the end result might be that you move real smoothly, but you don't have to train it in that exact way, and that is okay. So, in short, you can stop because you want to get stronger in that little bit of position. You can stop because you feel like that helps you get into the sort of the check mark point where you're like, oh, I did it. I got this point. And if that helps you, great. If you're feeling like you got total control, you're moving really smooth, you can go you know, you can go smooth, you can go fast, you can do wiggles, and make sure that you're just hitting your full range of motion. That's all we care about. Maximum range of motion in the hip. Cool? Whew. Okay, where are we at? We just finished the hip guards, and that's the first of our 3 warm-up exercises. Those are really tough, and we're going to take a little bit chill from here out. Not really, just for like a couple seconds. We're going to fold and get into this L shape. If you have a tight low back, you're going to feel your low back firing real hard right now, and it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. But if you give it a couple seconds, try to relax, breathe, the low back discomfort should disappear, and you start feeling it in your hamstrings. When you feel in your hamstrings, you're ready to bring that belly button down as low as you can. When you've brought your belly button down as low as you can for the moment, I want you to start getting ready to bend one knee. All right, so right now my left knee is bent, and my belly button is down towards the ground, and I'm going to switch. Now my right knee is bent. Now my left knee is bent. Now my right knee is bent. Now my left knee is bent. Now my right knee is bent. Now my left knee is bent. This is going to be wildly uncomfortable. You're going to feel a whole bunch of muscles shifting back and forth, and it's going to not feel so great. The goal is to do enough of these so that suddenly you realize, oh, okay, this wasn't so bad. This is okay. I can do this. I got this. And I want you to build some confidence with this position. It's going to take a couple of reps. It's going to take some time. But I promise if you do a bunch of these reps and you keep on working your way through them, at some point you'll suddenly be like, oh, no, that wasn't so bad. But when you're starting them, the first couple of reps that you do, your low back is going to be unhappy. Your hamstrings are going to be unhappy. The hamstrings where they connect to your pelvis right here underneath your butt, that's going to be unhappy. Your calves might be tingly. Your toes might be tingly. That is all pretty normal. We've been doing this for quite a little bit now, so refocus on that belly button. Keep on trying to bring it down to the ground. Fold forward and keep going. Add a little bit of intensity in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, pop into a squat. Come back up into standing. Oh, hope you noticed that after doing a bunch of those reps, you start feeling like, oh, my hamstrings are way more flexible than I thought. That's the goal. A lot of us don't spend any time warming up before we try to do something, and sometimes if you spend a little bit of time doing some warm-up, you'll realize your body is way more capable than you ever thought. So, long story short, warm up. That is part 1 of stretch number 2. That's kind of a confusing sentence. Or warm-up exercise number 2, even more confusing now that I've made a mistake. We're going to get back into that same exact position. Our legs are going to be about hips width apart. We're going to fold our belly button down and forward. We're going to bend our left knee. We're going to take the left hand, bring it across to the right side. We're going to push against that right leg to do something called thoracic rotation. We're pushing against that leg to help open up our chest. We're going to extend the right arm up into the air behind us. We're going to rotate the neck to look at that hand. And we're going to reach back as far as possible. And come down and relax. I talk fast, but you don't have to move fast. I want you to be graceful. I want you to take it nice and slow and easy and stretch. All right? Other side. Legs hips width apart. Fold forward. Right knee is bent. Left leg is straight. Reach across. Push. Open up that chest. Reach behind you. Look at that hand. Look at those fingers. See where they are. See if you can reach a little bit further. Each time we get into this position, that is 1 rep. We're going to do 5 in total, so we got 4 more to do. Left knee's bent. You're folded forward, reaching across, open, and down. Now, when you do your next couple, when you feel like you've reached your maximum position, I want you to exhale and see if you can reach a little bit further at the same time. That is 2. Keep going. And 3. And 4. And at some point it will be 5, and I kind of lost count of which number we're at, but I think this is 5. That is some thoracic rotation. Your spine, especially the middle third of your spine, is designed to move. It's designed to move a lot. You can bend to the sides. You can, slouch forward. That part I'm sure you all know. You can bend backwards, and you can rotate. All right. For the most part, we're probably not doing nearly enough of everything except for the slouching part. So when you got a chance, try to see if you can add a little bit of movement. In life, we only do a little bit for the thoracic spine, some rotation, and not much for anything else. So go figure out some time to go and do some side bends. We're going to move on into stretch number 3. It is called the Cossack switch. And you don't have to do this just yet. I'm going to demonstrate real quick. It's going to look a little bit like this. We are putting all of our weight into one leg, and we're dropping down into a deep squat on one side, and the other leg is extended over there. We're going to try and bring our hips across to the other side, sit our butts back down, and come back. That is 1 rep, 1 to the left and 1 back. It's going to be really hard for most of us to get into this position immediately, so let's break it down into some smaller pieces. I want you to start by stretching out your hips, stretching out your ankles, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to tuck our knees into our chest, pull those knees in, and lean a little bit forward so that your heels are a little bit off the ground. When your heels are off the ground, you're going to feel your Achilles tendon stretching. You're going to feel your calves getting real tight and also getting a little bit of a stretch. So just hang out here, tuck your chest down to your knees to your chest, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. The reason why I don't recommend you put your heels down is because for most of us, if you put your heels down, you'll start trying to roll backwards, and that takes you out of the stretch. Cool? So lean forwards. I'm going to explain how we're going to do the reps and how we're going to set it up as easy as possible. So you don't have to join in just yet. Keep on stretching and hugging your knees. From here, eventually, we will lean forward, put our hands down in front of us, just a little bit in front of our knees. We're going to get into a position where one heel is down way over there, and the other heel is chilling on the ground. If you have less hip mobility than me, you will probably struggle to get this deep to the ground, and that's okay. I've been doing this every day for like a year and 2 months, all right? It's not a fair competition. From here, I want you to get into a position where your heels can stay down. That might mean you are a little bit higher up, and that's perfectly good. Perfect part of the process. You might be able to bend your knees a little bit. You might be able to bring your ankles into it more. You might be able to get a little bit deeper. Experiment and see what you can figure out. From here, we're going to keep our hands down on the ground. We're going to help shift our weight over to the other side. And I want you to pause here for a second, see if you can sink a little bit deeper into the stretch, then come back. And that is 1 rep. So let's do that together. We're going to do 10 reps. And while we're doing the 10 reps, I'm going to show you some harder variations. All right. So right now, the rest of you, everybody, we are tucked in a little knee tuck position, and we're going to put our hands slightly in front of us, extend one leg off to the side, place our heels down, and get into whatever position that helps us get as low as possible with the heel down. All right. From here, you can keep your hands down. You can sort of crab walk your way over to this side. Try to get low, get squished, and then come back over. That is 1 rep. Let's keep going. And 2. If you are feeling like you're able to do this without your hands, you can keep on leaning forward as far as you were before, but not use your hands. This will make it so you don't have to learn any new balance. You don't have to learn anything new to adjust for that position. When you're feeling like that's easy enough, you can sit up a little bit straighter, and that will change the way the balance works. So you'll have to adjust and you'll tweak a little bit, and that's okay. When you're feeling really strong, you can sit up really straight, extend the arms in front of you to help counterbalance, and now we're really going. I think this is 7. Keep going. Of course, it's always okay for you to put your hands down. So if that's where you're at right now, that's where you're building from, that's perfectly good. All right, that I am pretty sure is at least 10. We have done all of our Cossacks, which is... If you need to crawl around for a second to get out of any of your positions, take a second, go ahead and do that. Also, go grab a sip of water because we are done with our warm-up exercises. We're going to get into our 5 stretches, and this is a perfect time to grab a sip of water. I say that mostly because I was very thirsty and I needed some water. So I give you permission to go get it, but it was just because of me. All right, we're going to move on into our 5 stretches. The first stretch that we're going to do is a hamstring stretch. And it's going to look a little bit like this. We're going to have one knee on the ground, and I recommend you get a little bit of padding, a little bit of foam, a little cushion for that knee to make it a little bit more comfortable. It could be a couch cushion, could be a flip-flop, could be an old shoe, could be your old laundry that you quite doesn't smell so bad, not yet at least. You can just put it on your knee. Cool. From here, we're going to try our best to get our hips, our shoulders, our head pointing directly forwards, and then extend the leg in front as well. When you're in position, I want you to make sure that both the front of your hips are basically in a straight line in front of you. It might be a little easy for your right hip or the leg that's extended out in front to be really far ahead and this leg to be sort of really far back. And you're kind of twisting in the hip. All right, try to avoid that. Try to bring it back so that both edges of your hips are basically in a straight line. Cool? If your legs are too close together, it might be a little bit hard to balance. So widen your stance just a little bit for a little bit more support in your balancing. All right, from here, we'll bring the belly button straight down to the thighs. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to turn around so you can see the other angles a little bit better and not just stare at the top of my big head. Give me a second while I adjust. And you might notice from this angle, this hip is going straight up and down, and this leg is just slightly in front. You can't see anything other than this angle because my hips are squared off. Cool? All right. From here, we're folding forward. Bring the belly button down to the thigh. Your hamstrings are nagging at you already. They're going, what the heck? We already stretched hamstrings. What do you want? Leave us alone. Take some normal breaths. Chill. Relax. And we're going to do a big inhale. And while we inhale, I want you to prepare mentally for a nice slow exhale. And while we're exhaling, I want you to fold forward. All right? Let's go. Inhale. Exhale and fold. When I say fold, I really mean try your best to bring your belly button down closer to your thighs. And when you're in this position, I want you to try not to sort of round your head, round your back, and like tuck into a ball. That stretches out sort of your neck, your shoulders, your upper back, but it doesn't really get you any deeper into this hamstring stretch. So you're just putting a lot of extra pressure onto your neck and onto your back, and we don't need that. Cool? From here, it's time for one more inhale, exhale. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale and fold. At this point, maybe your toes are feeling a little bit tingly and you're struggling to breathe. Make sure to try your best to just inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And that's it. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30. 29. If you don't know, we hold these stretches for 30 seconds, but we take some time to get into them. 26. 25. 24. 23. 22. 21. 20. 19. 18. 17. 16. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 0. All right. Oh, that's it. Come on out of that stretch and switch to the other leg. I don't know what that looked like for you guys because I was staring at the floor. That felt like a really deep stretch for that leg for me. And if I remember, I'll watch this video back. And yeah, we're like halfway through. Damn. Okay. Let's go. Other leg. Feel that stretch building up in your hips, in your hamstrings. Oh, tell your muscles it's okay, it's fine. We're stretching. This is intentional. Relax. And when you're ready, or not when you're ready, we're going to inhale and exhale now. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Your hamstrings are unhappy. They're screaming at you. They're really, 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 really unhappy with you. And I want you to breathe through it. Just take some normal breaths. Relax. Ouch. It's okay, hamstrings. It's okay. It's okay. We are going to go and inhale and exhale some more. Are you ready? Let's go. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Okay, that's it. That's all we got. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. I know I told you a bunch of times probably that you don't want to round your back too much. And you might have noticed that I've just been relaxing and chilling, and my back looks very much rounded. This is me just being lazy. I'm not trying to bring my head down. It's that I'm not trying to bring my head up either. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. But again, you're trying to bring your belly button down to your thigh. If you already can basically get it to the thigh, imagine trying to bring the belly button down to the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, that is our hamstring stretch. Whew. That is the first of our 5 stretches. If you felt like that was really intense, that is because we spent a whole bunch of time, probably longer than 30 seconds, setting up each leg to make sure that when we did our 30 seconds of stretching, we got the most out of it possible. All right. In a lot of other situations, if you're doing a regular warm-up, people tend to just go, oh, okay, cool, I'm stretching, this counts. And we went way farther than that. We basically went and got as far and deep into that hamstring stretch as we could and made that 30 seconds really count. All right. So we try to do something like that for a lot of the other exercises and stretches that we're about to do. And in this case, the second stretch that we're going to do is the butterfly stretch. So I recommend that you bring your back, your hips to something that you can lean against. Right now I have a couch. I recommend that you get yourself to a wall. And when you're at a wall, your hips, your back, your shoulders, your head will all be able to line up against the wall. You can practice and experience what straight back might actually mean. And when you're there, I want you to grab your feet and pull them in towards your groin. From here, in the butterfly stretch, the goal is to bring your knees down into the ground, right? When you do that, you're going to feel the stretch kind of here in the groin area, and that's the goal. I want you to try your best to use your own muscles to pull your legs into position, because using your strength is going to help get you stronger, and it's going to give you more control over your hip mobility, all right? So I want you to use your outer thigh muscles and your glutes to help open up your hips. Oh, if you're not sure what muscles you're using, that's okay. It's a little confusing. You don't use these muscles typically, but just look at your knees. You want your knees to be going down into the ground, not the other way. If they're coming up, you're using the wrong muscles. All right. From here, when you have gotten your leg muscles working and they're trying their best to bring your knees down to the ground, I want you to take your hands. I want you to apply a little bit of pressure. Push your knees down. If you're leaning against a wall right now, you start feeling pressure in the tops of your shoulders, in the back of your head, because your arms are connected to the tops of your shoulders. So when you push your legs down, your back is also going to go backwards, but because you have the wall there, you're pushing yourself into the wall, all right? And that means you're not going to go anywhere. Only your legs will move. That's what we want. And if you don't have that, you're in front of a couch, you'll just have to make do with what you got. It's going to be less pressure. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, let your arms go. And try to move your legs. If they're feeling a little bit stuck, you can give them a little shake with your hands, and that should wake them up just enough for you to start flapping the wings of this butterfly in your butterfly stretch. And once your legs are moving, you should be good to go to get into stretch number 3. We're getting into a pancake stretch. If you have a couch behind you, you can just come on up into a seated position and open up your legs. If you are in front of a wall, you can kind of stand up and just lean back a little bit and rest your butt against the wall. And from here, the rest of the stretch is pretty much the same. We're trying to open up our legs pretty wide as you can comfortably get into. And then we're going to try and bring our belly button down to the ground. We're going to fold. Your inner thigh muscles, your hamstrings, everything's going to start tightening up, and that's okay. When you're here, I want you to try and bring that belly button down to the ground. So just like how we were doing the hamstring stretch, take a couple of breaths and see if you can bring yourself down. To make gravity work harder in your favor, you can extend your arms above your head so that your biceps are just past your ears, and suddenly that stretch will feel so much harder. That's it. That's the pancake. The goal is to fold your legs, or fold your upper body in between your legs, and it's a crazy stretch, and it's going to be really hard. So unless you're super flexible already, just prepare to suffer. From here, I'm going to get into the standing pancake and continue from there. Open up the legs wide, fold forward, bring the belly button down, extend the arms, have gravity work harder for you, and let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Put your hands down. Oh, come on up. Oh, if this is a huge struggle right now, that is normal. When we do the pancake, especially the standing pancake, we are putting a whole bunch of weight onto our inner thighs. We are stretching them out and then forcing them to contract to hold our body weight up. And that's part of the suffering that you're experiencing. But also, when we fold forward, our hamstrings are getting a crazy stretch. So we've got a double whammy in the pancake. Hamstring stretch, inner thigh stretch. And if that felt really intense, you're right. That is probably the hardest stretch in the whole thing. Congratulations. You just finished the hardest part. We're going to get into something a little bit chiller, a little bit easier. I think we did pigeon 12 hours ago. So we're going to do some figure 4. If you have preference for a figure 4 or a pigeon stretch, go ahead and hop into whatever version that you like. But I'm going to explain and demonstrate the figure 4. All right. In the figure 4 stretch, we are bringing the leg across the body. You might be able to see this little patch of light in between all of my dark colors, and it should look vaguely like the number 4. From here, we'll bring our leg up towards our belly button and our belly button down towards our leg. When you fold forward from the side, it should look a little bit like this. We want to feel the stretch here in the side of the glute and the side of the hip. So to do the figure 4, we're going to get into that position, but we're going to do it on our backs. Come on down, lay down, relax for a second. Recovering from the standing and seated pancakes. From here, we're crossing the leg over so that the ankle is just below the other knee. We're going to reach your arms through the triangle we just made and around the leg. We're going to pull this leg in towards our chest. That's it. That's the whole thing. When you're doing this stretch, you're going to feel your hamstrings. You're going to feel the outer thigh muscles. Sorry, the outside glute, outside thigh muscles, upper hip, glute, hip, up of the thigh. Ah, man. Let me start over. You're going to feel the stretch out here in the side of the glute. It's going to feel like the outside of the hip. Cool? From here, let's go. Pull that knee in. Your first couple of seconds might be a little bit uncomfortable because your hamstrings are still going crazy from the pancake. That's okay. Just breathe. 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 Pull that leg in. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Remember, the goal is to stretch out that glute muscle. So if you're not feeling it, keep on bringing that leg in towards your body. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep pulling that leg in. 6, 5. Just because you're lying on your backs doesn't mean it's nap time. 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, gosh. Okay. Relax your leg. Chill for a second. Breathe. And since you're already in this position, you can extend your arms out to either side. Have both your shoulders down. You can let your hips and your legs drop from side to side. You get a nice little low back stretch. I know earlier I said that's all we do for the back, but I guess we're doing a little bit more for the back. So enjoy a little bit of time. Drop your knees from side to side, and I can only do one side because I have a couch here, so hopefully I'll even it out on the other side. Come on up. We're gonna switch legs. Actually, I'm gonna grab a sip of water. If you need a sip of water, you go do that too. The air is so dry in this apartment. I feel like a desert is in my mouth. Okay, let's go. We're doing the other side. Crossing the leg over to the other side. Reaching our arms through and around. Pulling that leg in. And it's gonna look a little bit like this. Oh man, my hamstrings feeling real tight right away. Give it a couple of seconds. Breathe through it. And then pull that leg in. If you have a little bit of knee pain and a little bit of knee sensitivity, you can cup that knee, give it a little bit of love, give it a little extra pressure, bring it to your chest, and then you'll be able to go. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, relax. Lay down. Extend your arms to either side. Let your knees drop and stretch out that low back. Breathe. Do a couple of these. Get some relaxation for that spine. And I think we're about ready to get some side splits. Oh, we just did 4 of our 5 stretches. And it's time for number 5. Number 5 is a little bit different. What we're doing is some side splits. And instead of just one round of 30 seconds, like all the other stretches that we've been doing so far, we're doing 3 rounds of 30 seconds. In between each of those rounds of stretching, we're going to get into some shaking, some relaxing, some flopping all around, letting the muscles in our legs, in our arms, in our hips relax as much as possible so that we can make the most out of every single rep of side splits. All right. Usually, I do a big old spiel about safety and relaxation. I don't know if it's super important. So, today we're going to just jump right into some side splits. I recommend you stand 8 to 12 inches in front of something that you're ready to fall into. All right. The reason for that is because when you're in this position, sometimes you might lose balance. You might start leaning a little bit too far back and you're going to fall backwards. If you have a couch that you can fall into, great. If you got a really low bed that you can fall into, awesome. Nobody's going to get hurt. But in general, as a general rule of thumb, I recommend that you stand in front of a wall. We use a wall for the butterfly stretch. We can use a wall to help support our balance when we're doing hip cars. And if you've been using a wall for all those things, you can use a wall for this. All right. When we're going to pretend there's an imaginary wall right here, right behind my butt. If you are in this type of position and you start to lose balance and you start falling backwards, if your butt hits the wall, great. If you go, oh, I'm scared, and you look at the wall and then your shoulder hits the wall, great. If you just reacted poorly entirely and you're like, oh, and your mid back hits the wall, great. You fell like 4 inches and your butt did not fall 2.5 more feet into the ground and make your butt really hurt. Cool? So, use a wall. All right. Ooh. Now that you got something behind you to support you, it could be a couch, by the way. I have a couch behind me. We're going to get into position. I want you to open up your legs decently wide. Doesn't have to be crazy. If it already hurts in your hips, stop, pause, bring your legs in. When it no longer hurts, we're good to go. I want you to fold forward. Point your belly button down into the ground, and I want you to try to put your hands down. If you're a little bit higher up and you can't reach the floor, you can grab something to give yourself a little bit of elevation. Maybe a small stool will help. From here, when you're leaning forward, I want you to try your best to open up your legs as wide as you can go. When you're folded forward like this, in this kind of L shape, your hips and your thigh bones are in a pretty good alignment for a much deeper side split. When you're standing up straight, it's not going to be as easy because in this position, your thighs and your hips are going to be hitting a weird angle and it's not going to feel very comfortable. All right, that's why we fold forward. From here, I want you to try your best to do something called external leg rotation. What that means is we're rotating our legs so that the heel is down, the toes are up, and the knee is pointing up. This is important because we're basically rotating our leg back, continuing to be putting ourselves into that optimal side split position. And we're going to try to walk our hands back so that we can sit up a little bit straighter. Our toes are pointing up and the tops of our heads are pointing up. Just like before, when we were in this position, our toes were pointing forward and the tops of our heads were pointing forward. We're rotating our whole body back, but we're starting with the leg. All right? Once your leg is rotated back, I want you to walk your hands back towards your hips. And you'll notice all of your body weight is sort of just over your hips now, and you're going to get into a really deep side split. This is it. That's it. You're in position. If you want, you can add a little wiggle from side to side. See if you can just get a little tiny bit deeper into the stretch. And we're ready to go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Walk your hands forward. Pull your legs out of that stretch. If you need to lay down on the ground for a second, that's totally acceptable. That's fine. I can't see you anyway, so don't worry about it. If you're just joining in, you're wondering, what's this dude doing counting down with his fingers in a crazy looking leg position. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community. I try to bring good vibes to the internet, and I hope you bring good vibes into the chat, support each other, because what we're all about is making sure we get a couple of reps in, have fun, and hopefully make a whole bunch of progress towards better hip mobility and side splits. Oh, okay. That was our first side split. Come on up into standing. We're going to shake it out. This is how we relax in between our different side splits so that we can get the most out of side split number 2. I want you to shake your leg out. It's going to look something like this. And if you're not quite sure if you're doing it right, I want you to imagine you're flicking water off of your toes. You just get out of the swimming pool and your foot's a little wet and you're going whoosh, whipping that leg out so the water droplet goes flying as far as possible. Do a couple of these, and as you get comfortable with the looseness of your ankle whipping across, I want you to drop your knee down, take it a little bit more chill, take it a bit more relaxed, and keep on shaking. Your ankle should be flopping around, going all over the place. Your calves should be relaxed, just shaking, 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 shaking. And that should be enough for that leg. We're going to do the other side. Shake out the leg. As you get more comfortable, drop the knee. Let the legs kind of flop around and shake. And we only need 5 to 10 seconds on each leg. Should be more than enough. We're going to do a little bit for our hips because we were working them so hard doing that side split position. And to do that, I recommend you lean all of your weight onto one side. Sort of take this other foot, just put the big toe down, the ball of your foot down. There's almost no weight in that leg. And we're going to rotate the knee in and out, and 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 then pick up the pace. This isn't about building strength. This isn't about anything other than getting a little bit of movement to help the leg muscles relax. All right. Other leg. We're leaning all of our weight into one leg, just the big toe or the ball of the foot on the other, and we're shaking that leg in and out. If you like to dance, if you like to make it more fun, and you want to turn it into some stanky leg, then added it in. No problem. If you want to turn into some other dance moves, just bring your legs in and out and in and out and in and out. Go ahead. Make it fun, make it enjoyable, or make it a lot easier to stay consistent if it's fun. All right. With that, we should be good to get into side split number 2. Let's do it. Stand 8 to 12 inches in front of whatever you're prepared to fall into. Fingers crossed you don't actually fall. You don't have to fall. It's not mandatory, obviously, but I like to be prepared so that if you do fall backwards, you got something to lean into. Cool? From here, we'll open up the legs as wide as you can without discomfort in the hips. If you have discomfort, you can bring your legs a little bit closer together. Fold forward so that your belly button is pointing down. Try your best to get your hands on the ground and open up your legs as much as possible. If you can't get your hands down, elevate them. Maybe a stool, maybe a yoga block. Something is better than nothing. Okay, from here, I need to scoot all the way back over here because I keep on forgetting. We are externally rotating the leg. What we're doing is bring the heels down, pointing the toes up, pointing the knees up into the air. All right. From here, you can see if you can drift a little bit deeper into your side split because we're in a really good position for the side split. And we're going to walk our hands back towards our hips. This is where you could potentially fall backwards a little bit. So be careful. And that's it. You're in side split position. Add a little bit of a wiggle if you like to see if you can get just a little bit deeper. And 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. If you have something that you're falling into that's pretty low and stable, you might be able to lean back into it, support your body weight off of it, and you might be able to get into this nice chest up position. When you do, you'll feel way more of a stretch here in the hamstrings and in the hips. And it will feel a lot more different than this version where your hands are on the ground, you're leaned a little bit more forward. When you're leaned a little bit more forward, you'll feel it a little bit more in the adductors, in the inner thighs. So, what do you do with this information? If one stretch feels way too intense and you take a little bit of a break, you can lean back, lean forward, change it up a tiny little bit. All right. I feel like we've been going for way longer than 30 seconds. I think it's good. We can probably wrap this up. Let's go. Lean forward, walk your hands in front of you, and bring your legs in underneath you. That, my stretchy peoples, is side split number 2. Relax, breathe, massage your hips a little bit if you need it. If your hamstrings are tight, you can, squeeze them a little bit from the side. When you're ready, come back into standing, and we're gonna shake it out. Since I'm so close to the camera, I'm gonna lean forward and check the chat real quick. I am not seeing anything right away, but hey, Peach says definitely needed this. Lovely. Okay. Okay. Come on up. It's been really cold today. And I think I'm just warmed up now. Okay. I'm gonna shake it out. Let's go. Shake out those legs. Imagine that you're flicking water off of your toes and you're trying to send the water flying as far as you can. So you're whipping that leg forward. Your heel is going, or your whole foot is going, whipping out in front of you. And take that sort of general vibe of relaxing the ankle, relaxing the calves, relaxing everything below the knee, and keep on shaking. Except now chill out so your knee isn't raised all the way up into the air. That is our shake of the leg. Whipping out that leg. Whip as you get more comfortable. Relax the knee, drop the leg, and shake. Wiggle. And legs are probably okay now. We're going to go in and work on our hips a little bit. We're going to lean all of our weight onto one side. We are going to put the foot down on the other side, just a toe, just a big toe or the ball of the foot. And we are going to do a little movement here for the hips. Again, this is not about maximal range of motion. Not yet. We'll do that later. It is not about getting as strong as possible or anything like that. We are just moving a little bit to help these muscles chill out and relax. So make it fun. Make it a dance. Enjoy yourself. Let those hips relax. When you're feeling a little bit better, I think it's probably time for side split number 3. So let's get into a stand 8 to 12 inches in front of whatever you're prepared to fall into. If you start falling backwards, open up the legs decently wide. Remember, no pain in the hips. If you're feeling pain, bring your legs a little closer together. Fold forward, point the belly button down towards the ground. Try your best to reach for the ground and open up your legs a little bit wider. From here, we are externally rotating the legs, and that looks like this. We are rotating our leg until the ankle is down, the toe is pointing up, and the knee is pointing up. This is quite literally the most important part of the side split. You gotta do this in order to open up the ability to get into the side split for like 99.5% of people. I don't know the actual percentage, but it's like 99% of people. And some. From here, once you got both legs externally rotated, you're in optimal side split position, and you can do a little wiggle from side to side. See if you can get just a little bit deeper into that side split. And that's it. We're ready to go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. If you feel like you can get deeper, you can add a little wiggle in at any time. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. If this whole time your elbows have been locked out, your arms have been totally straight, you can try bending the elbows, and you suddenly might notice everything just got way heavier in your stretch. Oh man. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is it. Walk your hands forward and bring your legs in. And if you need to crawl or sit or do something, then just flop around. God, that's okay too. Okay. That was 3 side split stretches. I hope you can take a quick break, relax, chill, and what we're going to do after this is we're going to shake out our legs one more time, relax all those muscles so that they're not stressed out and freaking out before you go back to whatever else you got to do today. And we're going to do a couple of quick joint checks just to make sure everything is moving together, moving well, moving smoothly. Then we'll be all done. All right? When you're ready, come back into standing. I know after the 3rd side split, sometimes it's a little bit hard to get out of things. So take your time and let's shake it out. I want you to shake those legs out. If you are somehow just joining in right now at the tail end and just did one crazy side split and you're shaking out your leg, I want you to imagine that you're flicking water off of your toes. You're trying to whip the water as far as possible, and then I want you to tone it down a little bit. Ease off the gas. Just relax the leg, flop it around, and keep on flicking the leg, shaking it out, wiggling. We're trying to make sure all of the muscles are loose. And I didn't say this yet, but if your muscles are tense and you're contracting and it's all tight and stuff, you're going to look like a weird King Kong thing, like a robot King Kong. What we're trying to do is the exact opposite of that. We're trying to wiggle, shake, jiggle. We want to look like ramen noodles we kind of forgot in the cup for a little too long. They're kind of like just jello-y. That's what we want. All right? Shake out the other leg. I don't know if I said that already. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. If you have not done anything for your hands, they might not have been working as hard as your legs, but they have been supporting your whole entire body weight. You can give them a little shake, a little wiggle as well. Flop them around. If your wrists are a little bit tight, you can do little T-Rex hands. Bounce them up and down just a little bit. The wrists tend to be pretty sensitive, so you don't have to whip them back and forth like we did with our ankles just now. You can just give them a little tiny T-Rex bounce. All right? And then sort of shake out at the elbows for your arms, and it should be pretty good. Pretty good to go. From here, we're going to get into a couple of the things for our hips. In the past 2 rounds, we did something like this, just nice and loose. We're going to work on some mobility and work on some end range of motion. What I want you to do is pop into 20% of a squat. Nothing super deep, nothing super crazy. Bring your legs together if you're getting tired already. And what I want you to do is I want you to open up your hip as far as you can. So all the movement is here at the point where your thigh bone connects to your hip bone. Nothing else in the body is moving. I want you to open up. Use that glute muscle, use the outer thigh muscles, the same muscles we were using when we were doing the butterfly stretch. Open up that leg to the side. Then bring it in. Try to bring this knee in as far in as possible. Keep on going. Go, 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 go. And go back. That's 2 reps. Open. In. 3. Out. In. I think this is 4. We're going to do one more. Open. In. And that's 5. Whew. That's 1 hip. Let's do the other side. 20% of a squat. Bring the leg in. In. Oof. Feel that stretch out here in the hip. Open up. Do the opposite. Open, 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 open. Use your glutes. Use your outer thigh muscles. Pull open that hip. And back in. There's 2. In and out. That's 3, 4, and 5. Whew. Whew. If after that your hips are feeling tired, now you can start shaking them out. Do the dance. Do stanky leg. I call this stanky leg junior. It's not, quite stanky leg, but it's pretty close. Stanky leg. Okay. Again, just try to make it fun, make it enjoyable. we do a lot of stretches that are just, basically pure suffering. And a lot of the time, the results from the stretching that you're doing take a while. They don't show up overnight. So the more fun you can make it, the more enjoyable you can make each of these cute little moments, the easier it will be to keep going. All right. That is all of the hip stuff that we're going to do for cooling down. We're going to do a couple of quick joint checks just to make sure everything is moving well and smoothly, and then you'll be all done. All right. First thing we're going to do is some hip circles. Usually after the side splits, my sides of the hips are feeling quite tight, a little bit uncomfortable. So I like to spend a little bit extra time just hanging out there. You might feel something else is a little bit uncomfortable. So when you do these hip circles, take them nice and slow. Really reach for some maximum range of motion and see what feels weird and give it some extra love. All right. From here, we're going to do just one quick knee raise. Lift that knee as high as you can. If it feels fine, we're ready to move on. From here, we're going to fold forward, bring that belly button down, and we're going to sit our butts back and down. Try to bring your knees forward, and when you do that, you're going to feel the Achilles tendon stretching, the calves working real hard. You're going to feel your feet working real hard and your toes working real hard to help keep you balanced. From here, I want you to try your best to keep your weight in between your big toe and your pinky toe and do a couple of calf raises. If you're able to do a 3 or 4 and then come back into standing, you've basically combined strength and control in your toes, in your ankles, in your calves, in your knees, in your hips, and your low back. So most of the main movement patterns that you need to work on, you just prove that is doing pretty good. So good job. And hopefully you are feeling a little bit more relaxed now and ready to take on the rest of the day. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, practicing a little bit of consistency with me today. We just did 63 minutes of live side split stretching, hip mobility, movement work. I hope you had fun. We do this every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern. Obviously, it's not 9 p.m. Eastern right now. It's 9 a.m., or I guess it's 10:04 a.m. Eastern. And on the weekends, on Saturday and Sunday, we do the lives at 9 a.m. as well as 9 p.m. and that's what you're currently watching. If you enjoyed the live, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back because we do this every single day to practice the number one most important quality, consistency. You can have the best plan in the world, but if you can't follow it, is it the best plan? Subjective. I also try my best to build up a little bit of community. It's really hard to sit on the floor, stretching, suffering, making your hamstrings cry a little bit inside without a little bit of support, right? So I try to make things fun. I try to bring good energy to the internet, and I hope you guys bring good energy to each other through the chat, support each other, answer questions, ask questions, hang out, all right? What else we got? I make other content other than this live. I make some quick YouTube long form videos. There's a version of this workout. It's quite a bit shorter because I don't do any explaining and I go at light speed with basically no rest. I accidentally threw something that I was fidgeting with on the floor. And in that video, we go through every single exercise pretty much as fast as possible. So if you're looking for a no talking version of this workout, go ahead and check that out on YouTube. The username is @splitsontheside, so it's the same username as on TikTok, but go to YouTube. What else do we do? Most of my fitness philosophy, exercise philosophy, is built around the idea that you only need a couple of minutes to squeeze in a really good workout. Some of the stretches that we did for 30 seconds, and you were probably crying a little bit, right? That is what I mean. There's plenty of exercises, and there's plenty of downtime where you don't need to spend an hour at the gym. If you got 2 minutes waiting for your food to microwave, if you've got 3 minutes for your cup of noodle to, I don't know, get warm, you got enough time to get a little bit of exercise and get plenty of exercise done. I also make some quick calisthenics content, teaching you how to go from not pulling up to some basic muscle ups. So if that kind of stuff is interesting to you, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, check out the account, look at the other stuff that I do, and I hope you enjoy. Let me know if there is anything specific that you think I could help you with, because that helps me with ideas for content, and I need it. So go ahead and look at that stuff. All right. I'm going to scoot my butt over to the camera because I have not checked the chat too well for the last little bit. And I would like to see what's been going on. Lady Vader says, definitely heading over to YouTube. Lovely. Thank you very much. Kayla says, thanks for the stretch. I had to follow. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Thank you for popping in, finding the live, and going, okay, great. I'm going to stretch. Because that's not easy. It's much easier to go, nope, not today, and scroll right past, right? So I appreciate that you saw this dude doing weird leg stuff and go, that sounds cool. I'm going to try some of that. Travel with Roxy says, thank you for today. Of course, Peach T777 says, thank you. We got a whole bunch of people following. Lady Vader, thank you, thank you. And I'm scrolling up the chat to see if we got questions and comments to address. Travel with Roxy says, of course, you're welcome. She's answering somebody's question. Jessica says, thank you. I appreciate you letting me know. Ooh, okay, what's she answer? Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Travel with Roxy is letting you know what the times are. On the weekends, I do 2 lives, so 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. Right now, the live that you're watching started at 9 a.m. Eastern, so if you're in a different time zone, subtract an hour and 8 minutes, and that's when the live starts for you in your time zone. This is not the normal time. This is the 9 a.m. time. The usual time is at 9 p.m. Eastern, so whatever subtracting an hour and 8 minutes for you is, add 12 hours to that, and that is our normal live time. Cool. Kayla says, this is the first time trying this. Definitely a challenge. Amazing, Kayla. Thank you for doing it. It's not easy to jump into a workout out of the blue, especially when you're just scrolling on the internet. So I really do appreciate it. I know I've said this twice already, but since I scrolled up to the comment and found it again, I just needed to say it again. Peach T says, definitely needed this. All right. I have seen some of these earlier, so... Ramesu says, nice stretching. Better yet, nice carpet patterns. Yeah, they're fun. I think they're very holiday themed, winter themed. Got some nice special snowflakes on the floor here. All right. The Cocky Monster on YouTube asks, what's up? I don't know if you just joined in, but we just did like 60-ish minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. And we do this every day at 9 p.m. Eastern, and right now it's not 9 p.m. Eastern, it's 9 a.m. Eastern. We have a special live on the weekends, and that's what you missed. So if you want to practice a little bit more consistency, if you are interested in moving a little bit better in your hips and getting a little bit of workout in live every single day, hit follow, hit subscribe, keep coming back, because that is what we do. I'm going to continue scrolling through the chat and see how far back I can get. Give me just a second. Kayla says it was hard but rewarding. All right, awesome. I look like a... The Kagi Monster on YouTube says, I look like a guy who studies 16 hours a day. Luckily, I have not had to study anything that I didn't want to study in like a decade. So I appreciate the input. Barbie Brown Eyes Lifestyle on TikTok says, because my hamstrings get tight after a workout, even after a stretch. Hold on, I'm going to scroll up real quick and see what she said before that. Give me a sec. I will give them a try because my hamstrings get tight after a workout, even after a stretch. Got it. Okay. If your hamstrings get tight, which is probably the same as 99% of the population, because most of us are just sitting down and struggling with our hamstrings, because all we do is sit down. Don't worry about it. When you join into the live from the beginning, we actually do lots of little light things for the hamstrings to get them loosened up and get them prepared throughout the show. We do 3 rounds of hamstring focused stuff, and it starts with our warm-up. In the warm-up, we start with something that looks like it's called the elephant walk, and it looks a little bit like this. We get into this L shape, and then we start bending one knee at a time and trying to bring the belly button down slowly. I'm warmed up now, so I'm getting a little bit deeper and faster than normally this normally goes, but it looks a little bit like this. When we're doing this, we're working those hamstrings, right? And we're adding a little bit of movement. We're warming up the muscles, getting that blood pumping. And then after that, we do some dedicated hamstring stretches. And then after that, we kind of combine a whole bunch of different stretches that we're already working on, and we get into the standing or seated pancake. When you're doing the pancake stretch, it's also a hamstring stretch, because anytime your hips fold forward, your hamstrings get stretched, and that's because the connection point to either end of the hamstrings are sort of just behind or below the knee and at the bottom of your pelvis. The bottom of your pelvis is kind of like here, kind of upper thigh ish area. And when you fold forward, the bottom of that pelvis, which is also your sits bones, if you feel like that bony part of your butt when you're sitting down, your sits bones, is coming up, right? So it's going from over here to way up high, and that is the hamstring stretch that you're feeling. So anytime you fold forward, your hips go forward, your belly button comes down. I use all those different types of references for trying to fold forward. Your hamstrings are going to be feeling it. So if you just hopped in at some point and you're like, oh my God, this is an intense hamstring stretch, don't worry. Most of the programming, if you kind of get in a little bit earlier, we're slowly preparing the hamstrings throughout, and it's slowly building up into the more intense standing pancake, seated pancake. Ooh. All right. I think that's enough scrolling backwards. I'm going to scroll all the way back down and see what's been happening since. Oh, and we're going to wrap up. Lady Vader said, definitely heading over to YouTube, and I saw that earlier. Jazz says, trying to help my sciatica. Whew. Trying to help your sciatica. I have zero expertise in sciatica. I know that it's kind of like a nerve getting pinched in your low back and in your leg, your glute. You're kind of feeling the tingliness, and it's really uncomfortable. But that's all I know. I think I have heard that helping your back relax helps with sciatica. So I think you might want to consider trying a whole bunch of hanging from a pull-up bar, or hanging from something very sturdy to help lengthen and relax the spine. That's all I got. I've gone into deeper versions of this talk on sciatica in other lives, but that's all I got for today. All right, let's see. Jessica says, thank you. Enjoy this. And I will be back. Amazing. Amazing. Lovely, lovely. Fafu says, I got weak hip flexors and shoulders. Ooh, okay. Weak hip flexors and shoulders. When you say hip flexors, are you specifically referring to the muscles that do this and lift your leg up in front of you? Or are you talking about something else? And shoulders. The shoulders are super complex. If you don't know, I think your shoulder blades, these chunky bony things over here that kind of look like plates, they are floating behind you. And there's 12 or 13 different muscles that kind of attach to it in different places that interact and help it move. So having weak shoulders is challenging. Having not mobile shoulders is challenging because it impacts so many different muscles in your back. And that is a really good reason, and that's a really important thing for you to know, that you have tight shoulders, because that gives you an opportunity to work them and help work on gaining some of that mobility back. Just like my sciatica recommendation, I think the perfect first place to go is start hanging from a pull-up bar. When you start hanging from a pull-up bar and you start relaxing everything except for your hands, because if you relax your hands, you'll fall off the pull-up bar, you'll start to experience this, where your neck kind of disappears into your arms and your shoulders come up way high. When that happens, try not to do too many pull-ups, because that will irritate your shoulders a little bit. But when you do let go and relax and your shoulder blades come way up, you can start training a couple of different muscles that help pull your shoulders down. And the way you know it's working is your neck will suddenly reappear. All right, this is happening because my shoulder blades are getting pulled and pushed up. When you start having a little bit more control over your shoulder blades, you'll know how to sort of move a little bit better. And it's kind of hard to explain, but just like how I can move my shoulder blades up and down to do this ridiculous motion that I've never done before on camera. As you figure out your different muscles, you'll be like, oh, okay, cool. I understand how this works. And eventually, maybe that will help you figure out exactly where your tightness, your uncomfortableness is coming from. I would guess that it is coming from the same place that everybody's struggling with, slouching in front of a computer, slouching in front of a device. And a lot of the time, that typically means some of these muscles up here have been chilling a long time and they're a little bit long, and these muscles in the front are a little bit shortened because they're staying in a kind of shortened, hunched over position. So to get stronger in the shoulder, to get stronger in the back, might be your first priority. What does that mean? Try some pull-ups. You did some dead hangs, you experimented with your shoulders, and now I want you to tuck your shoulders down so that your neck is revealed and try to do something that resembles a pull-up. If you're not quite there yet, if you do half pull-ups, if you jump up to the top of a pull-up bar and slowly let your weight down, those will work really well to help you build up enough strength to get something close to a pull-up. I have a couple of quick videos in a series called 0 to Muscle Up, and the first 1 or 2 videos in that series help get you to a pull-up. Some of the ways to do it use gym machines if you have access to the gym. Most of them, I think, I'm just in a random kid's park, so you can check that out. I think it's going to be less organized on TikTok, so if you want, you can check it out on YouTube. It is in a folder, and it's called the playlist on YouTube, and it should be called 0 to Muscle Up, so you can just click right into it. If you don't remember, the YouTube account is the same exact username as on TikTok. It's called @splitsontheside, so you can find it there. Yeah, that's all I got. Okay, next topic. Oh, Jazz sent 6 roses. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Jazz says, thanks. Your stretches helped. Some were the same as my PT has me doing. Great. That's awesome. I appreciate that your PT is doing the same thing I'm doing. Whew. That's really encouraging. Am I watching the Super Bowl today? I am currently traveling, so I don't even know where I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. But no, probably not. I am unfortunately super not sports motivated. My parents didn't watch sports as a kid, and so I was just never super interested, and I only did it because I was hanging out with friends. Now that I'm traveling and I don't know exactly how I'm going to find a live stream, probably going to skip it. Okay. Kayla says, you're welcome. Thanks for motivating us. Lovely. I'm happy that you were motivated, and I really appreciate it. I really do that you took the time to comment, interact in the chat, right? Because a lot of what I say is like consistency is the most important thing, right? But secondly, community makes everything a little bit more fun, a little bit more enjoyable. When you're suffering on the floor, just struggling by yourself, it's really not that exciting. It's not motivating at all. So having other people to hang out with, to collaborate with, to interact with makes the whole thing a lot easier for me emotionally to keep consistent with. And I hope that you guys, the general rest of like 90 something of you, find that it's the same, that having other people hang out, chat, relax after the struggle together feels a little bit more rewarding than when you're just sitting by yourself crying after a struggling YouTube video. Okay. What else we got? How do you stretch out your arm sockets? I don't know if you actually want to stretch out your arm sockets. I'm not sure that I know how to stretch out your arm sockets. I assume you're talking about your shoulder and uh, trying to get a little bit more of a stretch out that way. So I am trying to experiment and figure out what I can tell you. You don't want to dislocate your shoulders. That's probably going to be really uncomfortable. And what else? Arm sockets. Oh, are you just talking about like extending the arms in different directions? Because if that's the case, there's a lot of different things that you can do. To stretch out this muscle here, you can literally just stand up or kneel down or sit, extend the arm, and slowly lean to one side. You should, at some point, feel something here along the side of your back. These are called the lats. And you might feel a little bit of a stretch like this. You might not feel a really strong stretch, and that's okay. You can come up sort of to a door frame. Where's this door frame? There's a door frame. Come up to a door frame. You can hold on to it. You can kind of level that arm slightly higher above your body, and you can lean back, pull your body away from the hand, and you'll get a way more intense stretch out here. And for the other arm, just switch it up. So all you need is a door frame, something to hold on to, and you just kind of sit back. You can feel a really nice, intense stretch into that. Whew. I hope that helps. What else we got? Over on. Oh, you feel like I'm sad today, not just tired? I'm not trying to be sad. I don't think I'm sad. So sorry that I'm coming across that way. I am definitely tired. I'm traveling, as I said. We had some snow, so I've been trekking a little bit through some slidey ground, and my feet are kind of cold and still kind of frozen. But no, I think I'm good. Thank you for being consistent enough to see that there might be some differences and inconsistency in my behavior. I appreciate that you coming in and checking out the live enough to notice a difference. I need to sleep? Maybe. That could be true. All right, let's see. What else we got? I think that is most of the comments. Oh, we got one more. Nitro Speed 916 says neck stretch suggestions. Yes, the neck is very nice. If you have a chair, I recommend you sit in that chair. I'm going to pretend that this is a seat. I'm going to scoot these underneath my butt, and from here, I want you to imagine that those blocks that I put just underneath my butt is the bottom of a chair. So you can grab that bottom of a chair, you can lean to one side, and you'll start feeling a little bit of a stretch in your neck. You'll start feeling a little bit of a stretch into this part of your shoulder. You might start feeling a little bit of a stretch here in the sides of your arms. All right. From here, when you're leaning to one side, I want you to take your other hand and I want you to apply a little bit of pressure. Just real gentle, nice and easy. And when you pull it down to the side, you'll feel a lot of a stretch going on straight through here. You might be able to see it on the camera, actually, that muscle getting pulled. You can do the same on the other side. Grab the bottom of your chair, lock your hand in place, lean over, and give that neck a little bit of a pull. That will get some of your side to side. And then the opposite, or not the opposite, to start doing the forward and back, you can try to bring your chin down to your chest. And once you've gotten there, you can add your hands, give a little bit of pressure, pull down. It's much harder to talk while my chin is touching my chest. So I hope you get the point. I don't really do any stretches where the neck goes really far back. Stretch out this right here. But I guess technically it's possible to look up, look slightly behind you, and stretch out your neck this way. And what else we got? We did side to side, forward and back. Your neck is capable of doing a whole bunch of other ranges of motion, right? It's designed to rotate and look from left to right. You don't have to do this as a stretch necessarily, but if you feel like you're having a little bit of trouble looking over your shoulder, checking your blind spot when you're driving or on some other vehicle of some sort, then maybe it might be helpful for you to try to look and rotate your neck directly to the left and the right. You should be able to look a little bit further past directly to your right and directly to your left. You should be able to look like, I don't know, a couple of degrees more. I don't have an actual idea of how much exactly your neck is able to rotate to the side, but you can look more than 90 degrees over to the left and right. So work on that. And the other thing your neck can do is something like this, right? Your chin can come up and your ear can come down. So you can practice that a little bit as well. Whew, okay, hopefully that, I think, covers pretty much everything you can do for the neck. Front, back, side to side, rotation, and yeah, all right. Hope that's helpful. We got a couple of thank yous, and I think that is everything over on TikTok. We got some more comments from Syed on YouTube. How do you get yourself motivated? I can't even get myself out of the chair. Isn't it late where you live? I'm gonna go sleep now. Go to bed. Sleep well. See you soon. Thank you, of course, for commenting in the shorts on YouTube. I appreciate that you've been hanging out, interacting. I love it. How do I stay motivated? Actually, a lot of the motivation that I have comes from the live, right? Right now, YouTube does not perform nearly as well as TikTok, but right now we still have 112 people on the TikTok live, and I've been doing this like every day for a year, and it's slowly grown and slowly accumulated, so that kind of helps, right? But there were, for the first couple of months, it wasn't 100 people hanging out live simultaneously watching me talk about side split stuff or stretching or whatever else Q&A we answered. A lot of the motivation I have today comes from making sure that I show up for our community, right? People are here looking for an opportunity to train, make themselves feel a little bit better, move a little bit better, and I'm here trying to make sure that it's easy, fun, comfortable for you to join in. So it gives me a lot of motivation to show up and do the work with you guys. Plus, I was hoping that that would be the case because I have also struggled with motivation. I've struggled with consistency. I have wanted to do the side splits for like 12 years almost, at least more than 10. I haven't done the math too clearly in a while. I'm getting old. In the last 10 years, I've started some form of side splits training at least 15, 20 times. 1.5 times per year, for sure, guaranteed. And part of the reason why I always failed was because, I would watch a whole bunch of videos on YouTube. I'd make the first couple of workouts way too hard. And then I'd do the workouts. I'd be suffering. My hips would hurt. My legs would be uncomfortable. And I'd take a couple of rest days. And the rest days would turn to rest weeks. And the rest weeks would turn to rest months. And then 6 months later, I'm like, I'll work on side splits next year. It's okay. So this year, or I guess technically last November, I decided it was enough of that, and I wanted to create something that would help me stay consistent, but actually stay consistent. And so I didn't choose the hardest, most ridiculous workout possible. After watching 20 hours of YouTube videos, figuring out the best combination of all the stretches, and I focused on doing a workout that was good enough. That wasn't too intense, something I could do every single day so that I could practice consistency, right? And over time, that consistency just became a part of my schedule at 9 p.m., 9 a.m. on weekends. 9 p.m. usually is when I do the side splits. And now that it's just part of my schedule, now it's part of my life, now that I'm showing up for other people and it's not just me, myself, it is a whole lot more meaningful than me working on just the splits, right? It's me encouraging other people to take care of their health. It's me encouraging other people to work on some hip mobility so that they can do things like pick children up off the floor or play with kids on the ground or, just sit on the ground comfortably without feeling like you're going to fall backwards the whole entire time. Oh. And for a lot of us, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it's worth it because you're just like, oh, okay, I'm doing all this work so I can sit comfortably on the ground. Why do I care, right? Uh, sometimes it's a hard decision to make to be like, I care about this. I'm gonna go put in the work. So hopefully, when I show up and I practice consistency with you guys, we all get a little bit out of it, and that's where motivation comes from. A lot of it comes from you guys. So thank you for participating in the chat. Thank you for being part of the community, and thank you for being here because it helps me practice consistency with my side splits. And I hope that because I'm here practicing side splits, you also have a great time practicing your side splits. I don't know why I'm holding these yoga blocks. I just like to play with things when I'm talking. All right. I'm gonna scroll a little bit more. Sayed said something really awesome and cute. He says, yeah, I think you're really having a bigger effect on others than you think. Thank you. I really hope so, because that's my motivation. Like I said. Okay. Oh, that's it. I think we are done with all of the chat. We've been running for about 92 minutes now. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you have a great start to your day if you're just waking up at Eastern time. And if you're ready to go to bed at some other time zone, then good night. Sleep well. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in, practicing consistency, hanging out, doing some side splits, listening to the Q&A. I hope you got some value out of it. I hope you had fun. I hope you got to go work out and you're feeling like you're going to crush the day. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Have a great time. And I will see you all in 10 and a half hours. That's when the next live is, 10 and a half hours. If that time doesn't make any sense for you, in 24 hours minus whatever, 1.5 hours, so 22.5 hours. Man, this is getting really confusing. 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. Cool. Those are the times. And I'll see you guys soon. Cool. Closing out the live. Goodbye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. And now. Good night, Sid.